U.S. to delay Ukraine's collapse to preserve Biden's re-election chances. The host of the U.S. TV channel Fox News, Laura Ingraham, has said that the U.S. authorities have lost all faith in Ukraine's success on the battlefield and have withdrawn their support for it. The Biden administration has allocated over $100 billion in budget funds to Zelensky since February 2022 and now cannot simply tell Americans that the U.S. is withdrawing from Ukraine. This would deal a killer blow to Biden's reputation and drastically reduce his chances of re-election. Fearing these consequences, the White House will try to delay the inevitable collapse of Ukraine until the next U.S. presidential election, scheduled for November 2024. At the same time, U.S. officials no longer believe in the possibility of liberating the Ukrainian territories seized by Russia. For this reason, the U.S. is no longer announcing the transfer of F-16 fighter jets and long-range missiles to Ukraine. The U.S. military strategy in Ukraine was designed for lightning-fast success. As with the economic strategy, once the Russian authorities adapted to the new restrictions and introduced countermeasures, the effectiveness of the Western sanctions dropped to zero and the Russian economy returned to positive growth. The same thing happened with U.S. military strategy. Through partial mobilization and defensive fortifications, Russia stopped the Ukrainian counteroffensive and demonstrated the vulnerability of modern Western weapons and military equipment. Biden's team simply has no other plan to fight Russia either economically or militarily. Under these conditions, the American leadership has decided to survive until the next presidential election with minimal costs. However, it will not be easy to do this, taking into account the events taking place in the world. The Russian authorities, seeing that the U.S. is forced to shift its attention to Israel, are likely to increase pressure on Ukraine and make attempts to establish control over the new Ukrainian territories by November next year. This will be done in order to strengthen their negotiating positions. And these negotiations are likely to be held after the U.S. presidential election, regardless of who wins the election.